Hey guys, Grace Harmon here with HuskerOnline's Robin Washut. After Nebraska is defeated by the Creighton Blue Jays 95-76 at the CHI Health Center. Now, Robin, Nebraska got off to a slow start, to put it
so to speak.
To put it nicely. What did you see from the Huskers, or what did you not see from the Huskers?
I mean, they were completely overwhelmed from the opening tip. And, that was funny because the big question going into this game was, this was Nebraska's first taste of a true road game. Yeah, they played Georgia Tech, but that was hardly a daunting environment. This was an absolute hornet's nest where you had 18,000 listed attendance here, basically all screaming and yelling against Nebraska and yelling at these players and getting on them, and really having some true road adversity this team had to deal with for the first time, and clearly they did not handle it well at all. They got completely just run over by Creighton early on. Creighton came out and made a bunch of three-pointers early. Nebraska missed their first 7 shots, and it was just about as worse of a start to the game as you could script for Nebraska. Everything that could not happen happened to Nebraska, where they dug themselves into, I think, 40 to 9. So it actually was a worse start than the 38-8 game back in 2013. It couldn't have gone much worse for those first 15 or so minutes. Now, to their credit, they came back and actually outscored Creighton over the final 4 minutes, but at that point, it was too little, too late for them to do anything about that start. That really was their undoing from the very beginning.
Yeah, so in the press conference, Coach Hoiberg talked a lot about digging themselves in that hole in the first 15 or so minutes. However, Nebraska did come out and outscore Creighton in the second half. They scored 54 points. What did you maybe see from Nebraska that you didn't see in the first half?
Right, that was probably the only silver lining to this game, was as bad as things got, being down 31 points in the first half, they didn't stop fighting. They kept clawing. And granted, they never got any closer than 19, but that game could have gotten a whole lot worse. It could have been record-breaking bad, and it was already bad. But for them to continue to stick it out the way that they did, continue to compete, just keep giving effort until the final buzzer, you at least have something to take away from this game as a positive. That second half was, offensively, one of the best halves they've had all season, scoring 54 points, shooting 61% from the field. They had 4 guys in double figures and a fifth with 9 points. There's something you can work with there. The problem was, again, too little too late, to where the game was already out of hand before they finally settled down and started playing at the level that they're capable of playing. So that's kind of the next step for this team, is finding a way to bottle what they did in the second half, and that type of energy and efficiency and execution, and translate it for a full 40 minutes, and not do it when the other team already's up by 31 points on you.
Yeah, so Nebraska faces Indiana, I believe, on Friday, their 3rd straight road game. What are they going to have to do to beat this Big Ten opponent?
Yeah, they get a much-needed break over the next week or so here to try and just kind of take a breath and figure out how to handle this again. Because going to Indiana, as we know, is right up there as far as road environments as they're going to face this season. Indiana's playing well. They're another up-tempo team that is going to push Nebraska from the very beginning. And again, it's going to come down to how they start. They cannot afford at all, no matter who they play, home or road, to start the game the way they did today. So they have to find a way to hit the ground running, so to speak, and then maintain that level of play throughout the course of the game. And they haven't done that all year, really. The ebbs and flows of this season have been too dramatic to be sustainable. So they have to find consistency and find a way to just get composure when things start to get tough on them. Because what they saw today, that's going to be as volatile as it might get this year, but it's certainly not going to be the last time they experience something of that degree on the road. And they have to handle it so much better than they did for them to have a chance in any road game from here on out.
Yeah, it sounds like consistency will be key for the Huskers, as well as starting fast. Well, for Robin Washut, I'm Grace Harmon reporting for HuskerOnline.